and good morning. Welcome back. Today we're here to talk to Cause again, and he's going to tell us all about BattleBets, the new mm, platform he's launching with Hitsu, I think is the project architect, so to speak. Morning, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Good morning.
So, Cause, for those of you that don't know you, for those of us that don't know you, why don't you introduce yourself? Why can't I talk today? Why don't you introduce yourself and Hitsu, and we'll go from there.
Cool. Yeah, man. Glad to be back. Always love coming into the cult and getting a little shout out in. So appreciate you guys. For those that don't know, my name is Kaz. I'm the lead dev and CEO over at Sidekick Finance. We've kind of been around in the space for some years. We've been behind the scenes on a lot of projects, and we have a few different projects out ourselves. Today, we're here to talk about BattleBets, and BattleBets was actually created by me and my brother, Hitsu, who's on the call, and actually Hitsu is one of the OG developers for Sidekick as well. So me and my brother have been really kind of behind the scenes on all this stuff over the past few years, and BattleBets is something that we've been wanting to do for some years, and we finally got it done. So, and most of that due in part to Hitsu. So I'm gonna let Hitsu introduce himself.
How's it going? I'm Hitsu. I think Kaz mostly covered most of it. I've just, been working with him on Sidekick for, the last 4 years. And BattleBets is something we've had this idea like years ago. And we just ended up getting into crypto and Sidekick and a couple other projects. So, we decided to just come back to it. And yeah, I think it looks really good, and we're really excited to share it with everyone.
Why don't you guys break down for us what each of you do for the project? Like, what do you do, Kaz, and what do you do, Hitsu?
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm a developer, so full stack. Me and Hitsu are both full stack. We pretty much developed this thing ourselves entirely. Besides building the actual game engine that's running the game, we've built the UI and the back end and all the APIs and everything. That's smart contracts. So we've done everything from top to bottom ourselves, and me and Hitsu both. But like Hitsu said, we've had this idea for some years. It's actually based on another platform called SaltyBet, and SaltyBet's been around for probably like 10 years. And they're a traditional Web 2 platform where you can actually bet on these little AI fighters, but they're using play money. And so we basically just took this idea that we had years ago. We were going to integrate crypto with it, and we kind of got sidetracked with the DeFi craze. But this bear has been the perfect opportunity for us. We came back to it, got it live, and basically a super simple concept. We have it's a video game, and it's basically a game engine where you can build your own video games. And so we have these 2D fighters, and we set them up to fight each other. And the video game tells us the outcome, and we simply tell the blockchain who won. And so you can bet on a side with smart contracts, and then the video game will tell us who wins. And if you win, you basically claim all the winners, claim the other side's money.
Very cool. Okay, so I guess you just answered all my damn questions already.
Whoops.
So, is this just a desktop? This is just desktop. Are we on phone? Are we on Mac? Is this a browser thing? So therefore,
it's mobile friendly. It definitely is probably a little bit more fun on desktop and a little bit better and easier to see. But you can use it on mobile. And we're on the Pulse chain right now. We really wanted to capture the hype of the Pulse chain. We're big fans of Richard Hart and the community, and it's kind of our beta is going to be on Pulse chain, and we're really good friends with AJ over at SparkSwap and EMP Money. So we didn't want to launch a token and kind of do all that. We kind of wanted to just get the game out and bring some utility. So we decided to partner up with SparkSwap, and AJ is super, super cool, and those guys are really, really awesome over there. And so basically, right now, if you want to bet, you need to use Spark token from SparkSwap, and so there's no fees. You simply buy the token, no fees at all. There's no transfer fees, no taxes, and then you can bet. in our game.
Is there, so there's no tokenomics to speak of, or is there ever going to be a token attached to it? Is there going to be another option versus Spark? Instead of Spark, rather.
Yeah, I think in the future we were looking into possibly adding either multiple tokens or maybe even launching our own token or something. Since we're still kind of somewhat considering this like a beta for the platform. So we were looking into ways we could possibly reward like early play testers or people who are just playing the game early right now at this moment. So yeah, there might be a token in the future or possibly a partnership with another project who might be interested in utilizing the platform.
Yeah. Yeah. So think about it like Arbitrum. When Arbitrum launched, they were an ETH chain. And then eventually they launched their own token, and everybody that was using Arbitrum got a nice big airdrop. So we might do something similar.
Oh, very cool. Okay. What about the platform fees? How does the platform make money and sustain itself?
Yeah, so we do take a 7% fee on the bets, and the majority of that goes right back to the community. 2% of the 7% is instantly burned for Sparks. So, whatever token we use for betting, we want to add some kind of, some kind of burn for that community, so that if people are just playing the game, at least there's something positive happening for our community. And then the other 2%, 1% is actually going straight back to referrals. So you can grab a referral link, and anybody who bets with your referral link, you'll earn an instant 1% cash back. And then 2% is actually, we're going to be creating a NFT project for this, a jumpstart campaign. And so 2% of the fees is going to go to the NFTs for the project. And then the other 2% is going to go towards marketing. So, and the way we're doing this partnership with SparkSwap is that actually all the fees we collect are actually going to be locked in the SparkSwap Sparkler. And if anyone knows anything about SparkSwap right now, Sparkler is their kind of single asset staking protocol where you can just kind of stake Spark for a certain amount of time and then earn, upwards of 200% APY.
Okay, so how long and how often are you going to be adding to it?
It's going to be an automatic thing. So every time someone bets, it's going to be taking those fees and adding it to the Sparkler. And I think we're going to be doing a max stake of I think it's 10 years. So basically, we're not going to be really taking any fees up front on this. All the fees are going to be going back to the NFT holders, to the Sparkler, or straight up burned. We really wanted to just kind of bring this out and bring out some fun utility, and kind of bring a little bit of fun to DeFi, and kind of make it not so, just kind of bring it back. We're kind of, everybody's tokenomics and gimmicks and Ponzi's, and we just wanted to bring something fun out.
Can I play this in the same room with somebody, in real time? I'm trying to wrap my head around how the play would be.
Yeah, no. So it's basically we're using this it's a game engine called M.U.G.E.N, and so the 2D fighters, we have a backend that sets up these matches, and the 2D AIs just fight each other over and over again. And all the characters have tiers and different skill levels, so certain characters are better than others. And we have a stat book and all that stuff that you guys can look at, so you guys can see which characters are doing well and which characters are the best and things like that to help you bet. But there's no human player. It's all AI, just AI fighters fighting each other.
So it's akin to horse betting, right? Sorry to butt in. Does that make sense?
Go for it.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Man. Can you demo one for us by any chance?
Yeah, for sure. So we see right now this round is going on. The rounds are about a couple minutes apart each, probably 2 to 3 minutes around.
Let me stop you for a second. While you're doing that, let's do the whole thing. Pretend I'm just showing up to the project. Show me how to connect. Show me how to do everything. Give me step 1 through Z on how to load money, play the game, wait, and see what happens.
Step 1, you're going to want to get to the site. If you click on this invite button, you can get an invite link and then pass it off to someone. Right now, I'm not connected to my wallet, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is connect my wallet. I'm using MetaMask, and I want to have pulse chain. If you don't have pulse chain, you can just click add network. It'll automatically add it. Once you're connected, you can get your invite link, and then again, you can use it, and it'll have your referral at the top. Now that I'm connected with a referral, 1% of all bets will go to this guy, but I can't self-refer, so it's not going to work for me. Once we're connected, you can see the game is live, and right now we're actually in a betting phase. So right now, betting is open, and you can see that because it allows me to bet. And we have the 2 players, and you see right here, you have the stats, the win rates, and total matches for each player and their tier. And so the win rate and the tier is really what you want to look at. And so this guy's basically saying, hey, 35% win rate for Samus versus 17% for Bruce Lee, both tier D. I'm going to take Samus. Now, here's the thing. The house has bet on Bruce Lee. So we have a bot that's automatically picking a side. And right now, the house took Bruce Lee. So I like those odds. I'm going to take Samus. And I'm going to click bet on Samus. Just going to do 1, bet. And what we got going on here? Just refresh. I think I messed it up with my ref. Hold on. Refresh, bet on Samus. Okay, I got 20 seconds left to bet. It's going to pop up on a transaction fee. Hit place bet. And as long as your bet is processed by the blockchain before the timer goes off, your bet will go through, and you should see, like I see right here on this Twitch, this is the Twitch feed. So this is all streamed through Twitch. And I can see, okay, my bet went through, 0.93 Spark was bet. Betting is now closed. It's going to switch off and run the match. And now we just wait to see who win. And if you look over in the top left, you can see the bets placed. My bet's right here. And now we just kind of watch to wait to see who wins. And, you know, that's pretty much it. And so there's a little bit, you can hear some sound effects, some music, you know, a little bit of fun going on. It's a lot of fun when you have a buddy or a friend and you guys are betting against each other and just kind of, you know, this is meant to be stress-free. It's not super intense. It's just a fun thing to do on chain. But yeah, Bruce Lee, sadly, I don't know. So basically what happens is these developers are creating characters, and all the developers add the characters to this site. And so these characters are created by other devs. And so it's up to the devs to develop the character. And I guess whoever made Bruce Lee, they didn't really like Bruce Lee because he loses a lot.
Poor Bruce Lee.
And I mean, Hitzy, if you got anything to add, man, feel free to jump in.
No, everything sounds good so far.
I'm not very familiar with Twitch. Is this like can you use that to talk to whoever you're betting against? And how do you I think I missed it, but I didn't realize how do you, like, if I wanted to play against you, how do I send you the invite? How do we play each other?
Yeah, so this is all streaming on Twitch, so everybody who's watching can get access to this chat, and this chat is meant to be like a lobby chat. You know, it's like everybody who's in the lobby can chat to each other. So you can simply chat and pass around your ref link. So if you wanted to find someone to play with, you could just toss your ref link and chat. You know, ask if anyone's playing, if anyone's betting. But also our bot's going to tell you if there's anyone betting. So if you just want to watch the bot and be like, you just want to see, okay, someone bet on Samus. Now, if you like your odds, you can take that bet. And you can see right now, it looks like Samus won. I got a little message saying I won. And now I have my initial spark that I put in, which was 1 spark, plus my winnings, divided by whoever else was in the bet. So because someone else bet with me equally, we both split the pot 50-50. And so this is our winnings. So this is our 50-50 split after fees. I can then claim my winnings and I can bet again.
So the more people go in, the larger the pot, and so on.
Correct. The larger the pot, and the more chance you have to win. And then the pot it's really just a winner take all pot. So basically, it's all based on how much you put in. So if the pot is $100, like $100 on the other side that you win, and you put in 100% of the pot, like you bet 100% on the other side, you're going to get all that money. Or for example, let's say you bet 1% and someone else bet 99. Well, you're only going to get 1% of the winnings. So it's just a straight up winner take all. So if you want to win big, you kind of got to bet big.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, we have these. It's super simple, but we have these stats. You know, we have leaderboards. You can find out which characters are doing the best, and this can really help you with betting. But you know, again, this is based on a 2D game engine, and you know, there is a bit of randomness to it. And even though some characters are better than others, you know, they don't always win. So there is chances for upsets. You know, this guy right here, for example, he's 59-6, so he pretty much wins all the time. But he has had a few losses where, you know, most of the people are probably going to be betting on this side, but for the 6 chances for the people who betted on that, you know, that would be a nice upset.
Okay. Can you customize your characters?
Jesse, or Hitsa, you can customize it a little bit, right?
Yeah, you can customize like certain aspects, maybe like their health bar, like power bar meter, and maybe just like basic stats. But to like fully customize a character, we'd have to get someone to like do animations for it and artwork or whatever if we wanted to add like a whole new character.
Right. So, and we're, you know, there's going to be tons of ways for the players to interact. For example, we can do stuff like having players be able to spend tokens to boost the player stats before a match. So, for example, let's just say if we got our 2 guys going up, we could have a little button where it's like, hey, boost the stats of Angry Birds or boost the stats of Rare Kuma. So not only could people bet on characters, we could have the people actually boost stats in real time to add another layer of kind of randomness of who's going to win. But yeah, man. So it's just meant to be. It's just a fun game again. And this platform has been running for over 10 years. And I mean, at all times, you know, there's like hundreds of people watching these things, these streams, and playing and betting on these characters. And we wanted to just bring it to the crypto community, add a bit of real money to it, and see what people think.
Forgive me, my Telegram rugged me for a second there. It's very exciting. Very cool. So, can you customize the characters?
So you can't customize like how they look or their moves without a game developer to actually build, you know, like these moves they're doing, or these animations need to be developed by, you know, an animator. But what we can do is we can customize stats, so we can beef up stats and things like that. But that's pretty much about it.
So if like somebody wanted to build on top of this, could a developer, you know how Drip has a community developer and things like that to top of it? Could somebody?
Yeah. Oh no, you got rugged again. Oh man, but to answer the question, yeah, so this game engine is called M.U.G.E.N. It's an open source game engine, and it's been around for over a decade. And there are tons of developers out there for this game engine, and anyone that wants to go learn how to build a character for M.U.G.E.N. can go do that. It's completely open source, so anybody can develop characters for this. Now it's up to us to accept that character into our version of M.U.G.E.N., right? So we can add new characters, and that's something we're definitely looking into. I know Hitsu was talking about it. And, you know, we obviously want to kind of include the crypto community. So we think getting some crypto characters built would be a really, really cool thing to do. But looks like the host got rugged, eh?
Did he get booted?
Looks like it.
I did too
Well,
for a second.
So what do you guys think, man? What do you think, Fracken?
I think it looks awesome, man. That's pretty cool. I see Ronald on there now. Ronald at Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. So is there like right now you don't have it set up as something I was thinking too would be cool is if you could bet against a house. I mean, obviously you'd have to have a little bit of a liquidity build up to be able to do that. But if you had like a, you know what I mean? Because that way somebody could kind of bet like whenever they wanted to.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
themselves, I think that's a good idea.
100%. So if you guys take a look at the chat, we actually do have a house bot, and you can see right here where it says the house is betting on Guano Ninja. The house bot actually did make a bet. So if you basically, and you can see, so it looks like
so you can take that bet.
Yeah, it looks like this is a good bet to
okay.
make. So like the house took Guano. Guano's win rate is 21%. McDonald's is at 26%. I mean, it's not much better, but you know, I'll take that bet on McDonald on Ronald right now, and let's see what happens.
But that's cool though. You can still interact with it when somebody's like, say, you know what I mean? Say you were just like on at a random time and you just wanted to make a bet real quick. You didn't want to wait on somebody to get there or whatever.
Yeah, so we have a house bet running, and so the house bet's going to be running, and you can bet on that. But you know, we are really early, so it is kind of like a bring your friend game. It's kind of like poker, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you gotta bring a friend to play poker, and that's kind of what this is.
We had someone at 3 a.m. last night placing bets literally all night against the house bot.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
Well, that's one thing though. I mean, like if it's something gambling, once it catches on, you know what I mean? Like you definitely get devoted people. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we had a bunch of our admins in a group, and it's just a fun thing to do. You know, get your friends together, grab a beer, and you know, throw some money around.
Right. I can see that as like you guys could do some cool marketing with that too, because you could. I mean, like you said, adding other tokens, you could take in partner tokens, even for like a promotion or something that they could have like their people come in and bet against themselves or, you know, whatever. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think one of the coolest things that we're thinking about is kind of turning this into like a jukebox where you could pay to set up matches. So like if you want to choose the next match, we'll let you, you know, you spend a little bit of token and then you can put together the next matchup. So if you want to see Superman versus Goku, you can set that up, you know.
Okay.
Right
That's
now
cool.
it's all randomized. It's just random players fighting each other, and there's different tiers for each player. But you know, I think that would be a cool thing to do to let people pick the matchups.
Yeah, you can even add in like sponsorships. I mean, something like, you know what I mean? All little things that you could add into like shit that's already going. You know, like they could sponsor the fighter for, you know, whatever. Like it would sweeten the pot, but they would get a little bit if the fighter won or something. You know.
100%. We could do stuff like that, and
I like it, buddy. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's dope. Like you can build custom backgrounds on this thing, so we could go in and put in a background that's like advertising any group we want. You know, there's a lot you could do with it. It's basically your own game, your own video game. So fun stuff.
Yeah, that's big too. Like having like run out the ring basically. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, man. So we chose Pulse Chain. We're trying to, you know, obviously because there's a lot of betting and interactions, we need a network with cheap fees. And Pulse Chain so far has been doing well. It's pretty cheap. It's about 10 to 20 cents to make a bet on chain, which isn't terrible. But you know, we're hoping that with more players, the pots grow. And you know, some guy the other day, somebody had one spark and got up to like 40 spark the other day, which was pretty funny. So.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much what we got. You know, if you guys want to check it out, you know, feel free. We appreciate all the feedback. We're still really early stages. And like Hitsu was saying, anyone who's messing around and testing and betting now, you know, if and when we do a token, we'll be eligible for, you know, the airdrops.
I don't know what happened to T there. He must have had like a internet meltdown or something.
Here he comes.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Damn.
My internet is down. I'm really sorry. I don't really have any. Yeah, that's all I got. Cox cable is down right. Cox cable is down right now.
Bunch of cocks.
Yeah, so I'm just being professional as ever, you know.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I think we
kept going.
Yeah, we kept going. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know. But it's like we've been saying, it's pretty straightforward. It's just supposed to be fun, not super serious. And
So,
if you have questions, let us know.
so can other platforms like, say, someone else on chain like Squad Up, could they like purchase this and put this on their like integrate it with their logos and everything, and it'd be like their version of it?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Can you white label it?
So at the moment, no. What we're thinking, I think, and Hitsu, feel free to take over, but I think what we're thinking is right now we're looking at partnerships with different groups. So we could integrate your token for betting. And then, because the one thing with this is that you need a lot of players, right? You need to have a lot of players using it. And if we have a bunch of people using different tokens, it might be difficult to get a bunch of players. So we're trying to look at that. We're trying to figure it out. But the more players, the better. So, if we can go cross-chain, if we can integrate every single token, we want to figure out a way to do that.
Well, I mean, like, all the people that are on Pulse chain, most people have their own native tokens, and it would cause a lot of sell pressure on their tokens for them if they didn't use like regular Pulse. A lot of people, they just exchange their money from one hand to the other. So, I mean, I was just thinking of like, if the communities are coming together and they're like in there with you, if their token is there, it'll be a way that they can earn more of their native token that they're actually betting with or something like that.
Yeah, 100%. And also, any token that gets used in the platform is going to have a deflationary aspect now, where it's going to be getting, transactions will burn those tokens.
Where you were saying the swaps caused, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if something you guys talked about, but perhaps Spark Swap would do like a multi-swap or something in there where you could do that, where you could bet one token against another if that was the case, and it would just, the system maybe could swap back and forth between the two. I don't know.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's kind of what I was thinking, like, because the gamification is pretty cool. You just want people to like, it's just like betting Bitcoin, winning Bitcoin, betting Ethereum, winning Ethereum, but then there might be a chance where you can bet your Ethereum and win, Stellar. I don't know if that's what you're bullish on. Yeah,
I see that. That would be interesting. Like my P drip versus your, whatever the hell, and winner takes all.
Winner takes all, but they have to put up the same amount of equity.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
So we're looking. So that's 100% something we're looking into. The thing is, for that to happen, what we need on Pulse Chain is oracles, like Chainlink, and so we're still waiting on oracles on Pulse Chain. But something like that, 100%, it's 100% on our radar. I mean, ultimately, if we had our choice, this thing would be live on every chain. If you're on any chain, you can make a bet, and everybody from every chain is playing against everybody. So that's the ultimate goal. But right now we're just on Pulse, and we're gonna be able to add tokens, and we're gonna get, Hitsu said is super early, super beta. We launched a week ago, and so right now we're just trying to make sure it works. Everybody's having fun, but definitely follow the socials. Give your feedback. It's me and my brother Hitsu, so you can talk directly to the devs. And I mean, we're pretty open to ideas right now.
What about Jesus, I just lost it. What's wrong with me? The internet in my brain went out too. Sorry. Anyone else have any other questions?
We still like you. It's all right.
How embarrassing! This is worse than that time Hilton turned off the VC three times.
I love that you didn't even try to remember though. You just like cut to it. You're like, okay, go ahead, fuck it.
Yeah, it'll come back or it won't. But I like the idea. Oh yes, here it is. What about, instead of referral links, what about like a capture that I could just scan to challenge somebody or something like that?
Yeah.
Like that.
No, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty dope. We could do something like that where you can just scan a QR code. I mean, but the
Yeah.
thing is, to challenge someone, there's no like direct challenge. It's just, you know, you bet on the stream, and everybody's kind of going against everybody. There's no like 1v1.
Okay. All right.
At least not yet. You know,
So right
maybe
now it's all timing based. It's just you're there in time for the Ronald and Hulk Hogan fight, and so you bet on that fight. Okay.
exactly. It's just
And
it's a 24/7 running match schedule that you just got to get in.
And how often are the intervals again of the matches? Like, you know, if I miss one, how long do I have to wait to the next one? So,
Every 2 to 5 minutes.
okay. Is there anything that would stop or delay the rotation?
Yeah. So some characters we're still working on the matchmaking. So, and meaning like some characters are a lot stronger than others. So sometimes a character can like instantly win. Other times they're very evenly matched, so it can go back and forth and take, you know, the full 5 minutes. And so there's that. But then also the on-chain, right? There's 2 minutes between matches to get bets in. And one thing we're noticing is a lot of times people will put bets in at the very end, like 5 seconds left before the round's in. And people are going to put bets in. And what happens is the back end is waiting for all these transactions to process, and it gives it a good like 10, 20 seconds after the block ends to see if it to confirm transactions. So there's a little hang up with the blockchain transactions, but other than that, you're going to see these things move pretty quickly.
Okay.
I think your game is really, really cool. Is there any way that like it could be singular where people could like get their own character and they could like upgrade their character, like get special moves and stuff like that, and they could like fight ultimate rounds? Because I think that would bring in like a large pot, because personalization, like somebody having their own special character that they can purchase, and that character can fight, and you know it has its own rank, and they can upgrade it and things like that. And I don't know. I'm
Kind of
just
like how the horse racing apps that are similar work. Is I think kind of what you mean. You know what I mean? Where you can have like your stable of characters or a character.
yeah.
Keep bringing the same person back.
Yeah, maybe if not like 5 characters, like people can just come on and, you know, they buy one character. This is their character. It might be permanent. You know what I mean? And it has a win-loss ratio. And, you know, by your wins, you might gain extra tokens, right? And then you can decide whether to use those tokens to cash out or to upgrade your character to make your character stronger. You know, that's what I'm thinking. And, you know, it would just continue, and they can keep battling people, and everybody can get stronger. And it's like a whole community of like just fighting and betting against each other, and everyone's stronger. But I know there's a bot that's like controlling the betting side and stuff.
Yeah, Hitsu, you got anything? You got any response to that?
I when it comes to like creating characters for this game engine, I'm not sure exactly the process or like how time consuming it might be. So it'd have to be like something we look into and kind of
the same
figure
characters, the same characters that are there, like they could just be picked. They can be picked by multiple people. Say we had like 2,000 people in your community, but instead of it just being that one side picks one side and one side picks the other, people can just pick their favorite characters, and then they can purchase them, and it'll be their personal character. And then they can go around and fight everybody in the community to see who's the best one in the community.
Oh, okay. We're looking into something similar-ish. So all the characters you see in the game right now, they can have like their stats altered, like their health or their power meter. So we were looking into a system where you could unlock one of these characters that we have in our game, and then possibly spend tokens or whatever to increase their health or increase their, the power meter, the power. So I guess it's kind of similar to what you're talking about in that sense, where you'll be able to.
Would it be like your own personal character?
Well, no, not in that sense, but here's an idea. So here's the thing. There's only 232 characters right now. So, there's not enough characters for everyone to have their own at the moment. But one thing we could do is we could have maybe we go to the leaderboard and we see who are the top characters, and maybe we start launching NFTs for some of the top characters. And basically, let's say for Xenon, we have 10 NFTs, and we're going to give 10 NFTs for Xenon, and whoever gets a Xenon NFT, if Xenon wins, you're going to get a share of the winnings, maybe, or something like that. But only 10 people. It'd have to be super exclusive.
Yeah, that way it's exclusive, and it kind of adds like a boost to the revenue for the platform and things like that.
So maybe it's like this. Maybe if you have the Xenon NFT and Xenon is up, if you bet on Xenon with the NFT and you win, maybe you get an extra share of the winnings. You get a boosted share of the winnings.
But if you own the NFT and you don't bet, could you still earn some of the pot from everybody else still playing?
I mean, that's something we'd have to look into. We'd have to really think about that. But I mean, yes, you could do that. We could do that.
Okay.
The sky's the limit with this thing. This V1. But this is kind of this is just something this is something we had the idea for years. We wanted to just get something done. It was honestly kind of quick and dirty. In the future, we definitely want to build our own fully custom game, and we could do things like have your own build a character, NFT, stuff like that. But like that's gonna have to be like a fully developed custom video game. You know what I mean? Like this was using a pre-built engine. It's kind of cookie cutter.
It looks well put together though.
It really does. I wish I could have seen the whole presentation.
The whole thing, the reason why I started asking about, like, if you said there's 200 and something characters, not like it can't be given out to anyone else, but once somebody chooses that character, they would probably have to pay to pick another character. And then, maybe you lose all of the upgrades that you had put on that character and stuff like that. Like, this is really cool though. It's gonna bring a good volume of people into your game as long as there's upgrades to it. I don't see why it can't be better.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Seriously. I mean, we're pretty excited about it. I mean, I think this is what the space needs, right? We kind of and video games, I think, are positioned as the best, piece of technology to utilize crypto. If we're going to get people in the game, we need to get all the video gamers need to use blockchain and crypto. Like if we want crypto to be, here forever, every video game needs to be using crypto.
And yeah, this is pretty cool. I just wish I like the idea of using whatever coins you have laying around, like like to keep the change kind of thing. Like I have some loose change lying around. Let me bet with that against whatever, and the contract automatically sells it, pulls liquidity, blah blah blah.
Right.
Maybe that's something you can that'd be kind of interesting. Like we all have all these. We were just talking about this yesterday on yesterday's stream, but we all have these like little coins in our wallets with like 50 cents, $1, whatever the hell. But it'd be interesting to find a use case for that.
This is a reminder.
If that makes sense.
100%. No, I think as cross chain and bridging and all these bridges and this cross chain, the stuff gets worked out by the overall community. I think we're gonna be able to see stuff like that. Right now you got Pulse Chain, you got all these EVMs popping up every day, and then it's like, okay, well, to do all the bridges support the new chain, and it's like there's just a lot of it's still pretty chaotic. But I think as the EVMs are solidified, the top ones and the bridges are solidified, and we can do all these cross-chain things, it's going to be easier for us to do that.
So why Pulse Chain? What's the advantage of Pulse Chain? Why not any of the other EVM compatible chains? What do you think? Do you think you have any first mover advantages?
Yeah.
Well, we went with Pulse Chain just because we have to run like transactions on the smart contract since it's like a 24/7 betting game. We have to like tell the contract to start a new round, end a round, or set a winner, whatever. And so on a lot of other, EVM chains, the gas fees would be somewhat expensive and it would be pretty costly to run it, 24/7. So Pulse Chain, we can run the game and it's costing us, pennies per transaction pretty much. And then also, we knew AJ for a couple years now, and we thought Spark Swap was pretty cool, and we wanted to partner with them. So those are pretty much the main reasons we're on Pulse Chain.
I like it. What about you, Cause? Did you have any?
Yeah, exactly. So Pulse Chain has got cheap fees. It's new. It's got some hype, and we're a part of the overall community. We sacrificed a crap ton of money to the Pulse Chain sacrifice back in the bull. When we were balling out like everybody else. But so we're down for Pulse. But at the end of the day, we're you know how Sidekick rolls. We're chain agnostic, and ultimately, like we were saying, like this game, if this game is really going to get to its ultimate final form, it's fully cross-chain. It accepts any token, and you can battle anyone on any EVM. But we're not there.
So this is automated. You've got a script running that does this, blah blah blah. Well, if it gets stuck, can you fix it? Is there a chance of it getting stuck? Does this have to be monitored ever? I'm trying to figure out how to day operations of this go.
It's about 99% automated. So the game can crash, and for example, if the game crashes right now mid-match, everybody gets refunded, minus the fee. So the one risk is the fee. So if you make a bet, we take a 7% fee. Now again, it goes back to referrals, the community, and burn. But if the game crashes during that, you could potentially lose that fee. But you will get refunded, the rest of your bet. Other than that, I'm trying to think. There's really nothing else that can really happen. Now we have to fund the bot to keep making bets for the house, and then to keep running the matches. But as long as the bot has pulse, this thing's gonna run forever.
Beautiful. Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Very cool.
Yeah.
Constantine is awesome.
So
Constantine.
as a possible upgrade, remember how you were talking about maybe platforms could integrate themselves on there? Like, could there be a way, like, say, like, you have Drip and Elephant Money and all of those other tokens, but it would be like the developer, they would like have a deal with you guys where they want to put some of their tokens on your site, and their community would go there like around the time when you guys have your token, and it would be like a full like betting pot that would always be in the tokens that the people are betting in, and but they're using your token to actually play. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you're saying kind of get like to have the pot sponsored by Elephant, where basically if someone wins, they get some Elephant tokens.
Elephant. Yeah. Like it's like everybody has their own section. So you like if you wanted to do P drip, you would click on P drip, and then you would put your P drip in there, and it would give you a certain amount of your tokens, and that would allow you to place. Your tokens give you a certain amount of ratio that you want to put on the bet, and you win P drip or Elephant. You know what I mean? Based on how much of your native token that they put on there.
Possibly. So the number one thing, if we do work with tokens, if they have a fee, like for example, Elephant Money and Drip have a transfer fee of 10%. For us to be able to work with them, those developers would have to whitelist our contract. So it would have to be something the developer wants. But if they were willing to whitelist our contract, we could definitely work out a deal to integrate them into the system 100%. But they would have to want to do that.
Okay.
Right,
but for example, SparkSwap, there's no fee. So technically, we didn't really need SparkSwap's permission. We could use it because there's no fees, and there's we can use if there's no fee, we can choose to use it however we want.
That's true. Okay, that's a smart idea.
I like the idea of like, memes battling each other on this thing. My meme token versus your meme token. I could see so many possibilities for this because I really I like it. It's so cute. It's I'd actually
Like,
play that.
you mean meme
Yeah, I
token
mean,
like Shiba Inu versus Doge? Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
yeah,
one cool
exactly,
thing we were thinking is like community battles, right? It's like Drip versus
exactly.
Elephant. So maybe if
Yeah.
the community has enough, people behind it, maybe we allow communities to like somehow vote or somehow basically pay for us to go develop a custom character for them. And so we'll figure out the
Mm.
pricing, we'll figure out how much it costs to develop a character. And let's say it costs, $1,000 to add a new character. Well, listen, if Elephant and Drip want their characters added, you guys pay for your character. We'll go get it developed and add it in, and then boom, your character's in the game.
Very
Mm.
cool. And again, I like the idea of community driven things where other developers can build on top of this. So, with what you just said in mind, could somebody just um, build their own character and go, hey, I want to add this to the rotation, and then that would make the cost, or would there?
Yeah,
Is that
no,
something that's
no cost.
possible?
It's completely open source. So if they go to the website for this M.U.G.E.N engine and develop a character, which anybody can go do, it's completely. You can go watch a YouTube video and start doing it. If you know how to build game animations, you can see it's pretty much like a GIF, right? But if you know how to do this stuff, you can go do that. And if you come to us, we can get it added in 100%. Yes.
So I'm still trying to wrap my head around the rules of this game. So you build these characters with possible traits, right? And so there's like a spreadsheet of possible traits, possible attributes, blah blah blah, and then each of these characters have their own little um, profile like that, right? And then the AI matches them together, and it randomizes those traits in whatever way, and that's how it wins.
So think about it like, so you're gonna, what you guys have, if you guys used to play those old Marvel Capcom games, those little 2D fighters,
Mm-hmm.
all those characters have move sets, right? Moves and power
Mm-hmm.
levels, and different moves have different powers. And so that's what's happening. And if you guys watch long enough, you'll probably see characters from those Marvel Capcom games. Because what happens is these developers, they go get the assets from these other fighting games, like Marvel vs. Capcom. They bring in the animations and the moves and assign them power levels, and then that's how they fight. And so basically the AI part is the AI is just randomly choosing moves to use. Like, so if the guy has a Kamehameha move, the AI might randomly use it. Or, for example, he just did a throw move or a shoot his gun move. And so the AI is randomly choosing how to use the moves, and that determines the outcome of the match, which is, 100 billion different, it's completely, the AI is randomly choosing every move. So, there's no real way to know which move is going to get used, but how do you know who's going to win is the different characters have different stat levels. So, and you can see from the win-loss ratio, some characters, are a lot stronger than others and will have a more higher chance of winning.
Is there a way, you mentioned Chainlink earlier, is there a way to incorporate that into that to make it even, uh, I guess, more complicated? Or is that too complicated?
No, I
Like
mean,
to,
I think in the future, me and Hitsu were talking about that, but that's really at the video game developer level, So it's going to be the game engine itself. So, for example, like let's say Mortal Kombat, right, is wants to integrate Web3. If they wanted to get it into a fully decentralized 100% Web3, they would have to have like some kind of chain link VRF inside the game engine that chooses, randomly every single time. But that's at the game level, and I don't know if we really need it at that level for GameFi. You know what I mean? Because it would be really expensive, right? It'd be very
this,
expensive. Every single time a video game has to do a RNG call, which in video games, man, you're doing RNG calls quite a bit. So it would be very expensive.
You'd have to
fair
wait
enough.
for like something like the paper technology to get a little more widespread or easier to use. I think something like that, where you'd have to, you know what I mean? You'd have to pay for transactions off all yourself.
You can't get transactions in batches or something? Like you get, like a batch of random
There's ways to
moves?
do it, but it's still new. Like the ways to do everything off chain, but it's still well, it's not off chain, but gasless, I guess. But it's still being adopted. I guess it's a brand new contract.
Yeah, I have a basic overview of how things like that work, but I don't really understand the back end stuff. So that's why I'm trying to wrap my head around it and to see what kind of possibilities it could lead to. Very cool. This screams like a passive incremental game. Like in my head, like I could see myself playing this for just leaving this in the background and having my character grind to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Like change outfits.
That's why I was. That's
so
why I was
OCD.
saying that. I was actually saying that to you earlier because
Yeah,
it could actually be really. I know where you guys are going
addictive.
with it, and
It could be addictive.
it can be a truly passive income game for the person that enjoys the game when they can upgrade their character and they can like change the outfit. They can make their character stronger. They might can add like a special weapon inside of his hand. I know that. Yeah, all of those things take a lot of more upgrades and a lot more details onto the contract. But that is I see where you guys are going with it, and when it gets to that level, I think this is going to be one of the most aggressive passive income type of situations that you could be in.
So I have a question. I have a question to posit to both Cause and Histo. Are you guys familiar with like these incremental passive games where like Cookie Clicker, where you just literally it's not meant to be there, you just leave it in the background, you play it. Like myself, I've been playing Cookie Clicker for like a year almost nonstop. I've had a browser window open for this thing legit nonstop. It's very addictive. Huh?
I know what you're talking about, like mouse clicking games where you just like you just leveling up characters and grind. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
My OCD brain loves structured things like that, where it's like, okay, I know I can get to this, I can get to that, I can get to this, and when I do this, I know that if I match this with that, I'm going to get this. I know that if I do this, and it's just, I love structured like that, and it's just great to be able to just play it in the background. My OCD brain loves it. Like, I've been playing this thing practically every day for like 300 days, so that's terrible. But it would be interesting to see if that can has anybody tried securing a blockchain through something like that? Having the transactions verified through the gameplay, of like passive browser games. Is that too silly?
Possibly. Basically, it's kind of like you're saying, like the game itself is like running like the network.
Exactly.
Most of them are clicker ones that do it because you've got to initiate that transaction. So it'd be like a farming game with a click. You'd have to come in with a click and get your onions, and then come back and get your. There was a game that crashed Polygon because of people multi-screening it. They were playing like 50 screens at once, and they were setting up macros to click their plants and shit, and it actually crashed Polygon. I think it was last summer. It was Farmer Land or something like that.
I feel like I vaguely remember that.
Yeah,
I was playing it. Yeah, like it seriously like bog Polygon to a halt.
So what if instead of putting that on a chain, what if that's how the chain was?
Well, that's what the new wallet is, or the new like basically it's like a contract owned wallet. It's what is it, IRC, or I think it's 4337, I believe it is. But that's what I was talking about, some new tech that you can do that with, but it's still pretty green. That's all. I'm sure that these guys have looked at it. But
that sounds beautiful. Sorry, I know we're getting away, but I think the product, your MVP here is beautiful as is. I just see it as like, this is probably one of the very few blockchain games I would actually play. I know that doesn't make me special, but I'm not one of those people that plays games. I'm just not. I play things like Cookie Clicker. I don't play Call of Duty or any of that stuff. I'm weird like that. But me, I would play this, especially if I could leave it as just like a tab open in the background, and it's low risk. It's something just something to do when I'm bored every little bit or something. I think
Yeah.
that would be, I think that would
No,
be interesting.
totally gotcha. And I think Hitsu, I think you were talking about that, like adding other little games you could play, like little online games and just little betting games, just stuff that's like, fun. That's not super serious, just fun little ways to engage on chain, and add some kind of use case or utility or deflationary mechanism to a community token, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I think that's the vision. So, but yeah, man. So we appreciate the support, and these are tons of good ideas, right, Hitsu? And my mind is already going. I'm thinking this NFT idea is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about that NFT idea. Like that thing sounds juicy.
That
I
NFT
love I love the idea of like building your character as an NFT, and then that opens the door to a secondary market. Then that opens the door to people who just grind to make characters to sell because you don't want to do it. So
this character
again,
is really strong. Yeah. Where you can
like
build up your NFT, and your
mhm.
NFT isn't only just money, because you have to spend money to make the character stronger so it gains a certain value, and then that value.
Like the Tamagotchi things, where it's like you got to build something, you got to nurture it, and then everybody will do it differently, so it'll be a unique NFT, and it'll have unique stats, and then it's like my Pokemon card versus yours, whatever.
Yep, Pokemon card, but it's an actual digital fighting Pokemon card that you upgraded your like my Charizard versus your Charizard, but I did these type of upgrades to mine, so let's see who wins.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a game idea I've been talking with Hitsu for like years, but it's like a fully customizable like game that the community builds itself. Like they build the players, they add the weapons, they add the characters, they add the level.
That sounds awesome.
You could like roll the characters up almost like D&D and add that aspect into it too. I'm with you on that too, Carl.
And then the players own all the stuff they create, and they can make money off of it in game. And
that's the thing. If you can bring the economy.
Can that run a chain? Can that secure a chain? Can that run? Can that run all the transactions? Is that sustainable?
I think one of the big problems with GameFi and blockchain and crypto is that we're kind of extremists, where it's like we want to decentralize everything, but maybe everything doesn't need to be decentralized. Maybe everything doesn't need to be run on chain. You
can trust a company. If you want to trust a company, there's nothing wrong with that. We trust companies to handle our shit every day, but we can still put the transactions and the business stuff on chain if we want to, right?
Could you just
So like a video game, like so let's just say, for example, I love the World of Warcraft example. So it's like, let's say it's World of Warcraft. How would you turn World of Warcraft into a crypto game? Well, it's super simple. You don't got to go super extremist and be like, let's just run the whole thing on a blockchain. Everything's blockchain. It's just everything stays the same. The only thing you turn into blockchain is the way you buy and sell items, and the way
your gold, your interaction with the item vendors and shit. Yep.
So the marketplace would be on chain. The way you buy and sell items is on chain, and the way you own your items is on chain. But everything else can just be, traditional Web 2, the way they already do it.
Right. And then if you can integrate in the stuff where you don't need to actually pick up your Web 3 wallet, like with this new account abstraction, then you can get players that don't even know Web 3 yet, and they can still come and join in because they can just come by and pick their wallet up at any point in the future. Until then, they just play with an email or whatever,
And I mean, that 100% is happening right now. I know multiple games that are doing that. It's just that the problem is there's no they're not fun. Like right now, the games that are being made are just not fun.
Yep.
Right. That's what I mean. Like I haven't seen a blockchain game that I would actually spend my time playing. And again, it doesn't mean I'm a special, super awesome gamer.
It doesn't have to all be about the graphics.
It just wasn't for me.
It's about the game. You have to make the game fun. The game has to be fun without the blockchain. That's the thing. You're not going to make a blockchain game fun because it has crypto in it. You've got to attract crypto people because it's something that's already fun, and then it has crypto in it.
I don't even want to think about the crypto. I just wanted to if it's about crypto, it's probably not gonna get me. But if it's just a little game and I'm like, ooh, I won some money too. Ooh, I can put these things that I have I can put these things that I have up for grabs and maybe find utility for these things that I don't
imagine,
have
I say it
anymore.
all the time. Imagine Fortnite with all the skins as NFTs. Like our kids would be rich. Or imagine like GTA with like your businesses as NFTs. You would never see me again. I would leave and never come back because I could just swap. I could just sell businesses. I could grind out businesses for free and sell them to people that didn't want to grind them out. And I'd never do anything else. Why would I? That's what I like to do. I like to flip shit, make it worth more, but whatever, like. So
and,
once we can build games like that, or build games that have economies that can be tracked by the blockchain, along with NFTs for ownership and that kind of stuff, that's when it's all going to mesh and it's really going to make sense, I think.
Very. Felly, is Felly still with us? I'm curious if Felly had anything to add. No, I think he left.
I don't see him, but I totally agree, Fracken. And I think it's coming, man. I think this next wave, the developers that do that, that's going to happen. Now, I don't think GTA or Fortnite or any of these big name developers are going to do it because they don't have the financial incentive to basically.
Well, they've started hiring. If you look, like Take-Two and Microsoft have both hired up some of these like mobile game people and some blockchain people, but like you said, they're hanging back. They're going to wait until it's kind of good for all, and type thing.
Yeah, so it's going to take indie devs like us to just kind of do it on our own and blow it up, and then once one of us, once one of us blows it up, they'll hop on. But they're already making billions of dollars. They have no incentive to do this.
Right, they don't need to share the money yet. Yeah.
But you know what? Someone just hit me up the other day because after BattleBets, we were showing BattleBets, and someone messaged us. And they were asking us if we can build a Minecraft server with Pulse Chain integrated. So
I was just thinking that, man. I just spun up a couple servers the other day because I was just thinking how I would like to integrate some AI stuff and everything, and I wanted to see how that worked because I've never ran my own like outside of Microsoft, and I was just playing around with it. But I'd be interested in that. That's cool.
Yeah, we might need to talk. This guy wants us to build a Minecraft server, integrate Pulse Chain, and allow you basically to use Pulse in the economy somehow.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Sounds great.
Sounds interesting. I need to start playing Minecraft, but that's an aside. So why don't we do that thing for the people? I know this is getting a little long, but if you guys still have time after we stop the recording, I'd love to keep having this conversation, but I want to make it, I'm trying to keep our, so why don't you do the thing for us where, for the people that fast forward to the end, why don't you give us that elevator pitch? Why don't you give us that, the quick little commercial at the end? Hi, my name is Kaz. I came here with Hitsu, and I'm here to blow your mind. God damn it!
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'm trying to work on this part. All right. Yeah, okay. No, appreciate it. So yeah, man. So me and Hitsu, we came in here and showed you guys BattleBets. BattleBets GG is the latest 24/7 blockchain-enabled betting fighting game. You can come in and bet on your favorite 2D and 3D fighters from across the metaverse, from Superman to Goku to Elsa here. And we're live on Pulse Chain, and our sponsored token right now is SparkSwap. So grab some SparkSwap, go to battlebets.gg, invite a friend, share your referral link, and you guys start betting, start winning.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. I apologize for my snafu. My home internet went out. I'm normally a little bit better than this, but I appreciate you guys taking over for me. This community is awesome. I love you guys. $5 long time. So anything else you guys want to add? You want to leave us with?
Nothing from my end. Really appreciate you guys having us.
Cool. And then I'll just say we are having some dedicated playtimes. So over at Sidekick Finance on Tuesdays, we're going to have sessions. So if you want to get in with a bunch of guys and start betting, feel free. And I know there's some other influencers I heard around the space. They're going to be doing I think there's going to be a session tonight. And then people are going to be having like little poker tournaments, but with BattleBets. And so just dedicated playtimes. So look out for that if you guys want to get in.
Excellent. And can you please make sure you forward any updates in the room for me? I find it hard to. Somebody did have a question. I find it hard to, keep track of every single room I'm in, and you guys know.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date. No problem.
Sir Drips a lot. He had a question. I unmuted you, sir.
Yeah, my question, there was really more a question. It was more like when we were on the topic of talking about D-Gen games, basically, or games on the blockchain. I don't know if any of you guys looked at Pancake Protectors, but they had a really good layout for their game. But they kind of got a little money hungry and got a little bit too controlling, so it was just kind of like Game of Whales. But they had like it so you could stake to earn rewards and all sorts of daily challenges and all that stuff. But I thought it was pretty cool that you could stake their asset to earn in-game rewards.
Right. No, I think that's kind of like what Fracken was saying. I think when we get a really cool game that really does the integration of Web 2 and Web 3, it's like, when I go play Minecraft and I'm earning money, or World of Warcraft and I'm earning coins, by whatever I'm doing, my grind, like I don't know that there's blockchain. I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm earning money. And so if we can somehow do that with crypto, where they're farming an LP or something, but they don't even know. They don't have to even know the technological bullshit behind it. They're just earning tokens.
Yeah.
And having fun.
Have you looked at that at all yet, Cause? The new what I'm talking about? The new it's like a contract control wallet.
Yeah, the account abstraction thing that they're pushing out. Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I haven't I haven't actually used it or tried it out, but
yeah, it's pretty neat because you can there's ways too that we can play around with it, like where you can basically adopt your regular wallet into that like circle, because you can kind of use it as a multi-sig too. You know what I mean? So you can it's pretty neat. There's a bunch of different things you can do with it. But so basically where you could kind of, like I was saying, you could have that wallet be its own for the game, and then you could access it multiple ways. You could either access it from like an email and password, and then if you ever wanted to switch it over to just a full crypto, then you could also do that as well. So that would be it's definitely going to help a lot with that, because then the dev fees will be able to go ahead and cover the gas, and everything just be done. And like you said, only transactions that need to be done on chain will be done on chain, and it'll cut down on fees and make it gasless and seamless for the people playing.
Okay, so Hitsu, this account abstraction thing sounds like what your suggestion was, except for it sounds like it's on chain.
Yeah, you can do multiple ways to go about it. So you can do, like they call it, like a personal. It's like I want to say it's not a personal wallet, but it's a wallet that's only on your. It's almost like having a hardware wallet, except it's electronics. It's on your device, and the only way you can get to it is from your device. But then you can have one where the private key is, you can upload it. So you can do it like where you can upload it to like IPFS. There's multiple ways to handle it. So that way you can pass the wallet around and still track it without, without the person. So they can still just use it for an email at the beginning. But there's a couple different ways to do it. You can do it with that physical wallet, or the other way.
No, definitely. Let's talk about it offline for sure, man.
Cool.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.